Well, let's be honest here. The US government's interest isn't limited to the money sitting inside an American bank today. It can extend across borders. And now we move from money to something equally important for H-1B workers: travel. Because, ladies and gentlemen, for some workers leaving America for visa stamping, it can now mean much more uncertainty than simply booking a flight home. Well, if FBAR shows that your overseas finances can follow you into the US tax system, the next story shows how your overseas travel it can affect your ability to return to the United States. Imagine you're working in America, your H-1B is approved, your job is secure, you have a salary, you have your apartment, your life in the US, and then you decide to travel to India for a few weeks. Maybe it is a family wedding, maybe you want to see your parents. Maybe you simply need a break, and then you discover that your visa appointment has been pushed back by months. This is the problem we are going to discuss in our fourth story tonight. Well, a major wave of visa interview cancellation and postponement is affecting the H-1B and H-4 applicants. Appointments that were expected within weeks are, in some cases, being pushed much further in the near future. And the reason is connected to expanded screening and a digital footprint review. Under the enhanced process described in many reports, consular officers are reviewing applicants' public online presence, professional history, and other information before visa insurance. And that takes more time. More time per application means fewer interviews can be processed each day. And when the number of applicants remains high, the queue grows, right? This is where the entire problem becomes very real for an H-1B worker, because there is a major difference between having an approved H-1B petition and having a valid visa stamp for re-entry. Well, your I-797 approval notice, it demonstrates your approved petition. But if you leave the US and need a visa to return, the approval notice by itself, it does not replace the visa stamp required for the entry. So imagine this. You leave America expecting to be away for maybe 3 weeks. Your interview gets rescheduled. 3 weeks becomes 3 months. 3 months becomes even longer. Suddenly, you are not simply waiting for a consular appointment anymore. You are waiting to return to your job. And that can create a serious professional trouble for you. Some employers may permit extended remote work from abroad. Others may not. Certain industries have strict rules around data, security, client information, and overseas work. So, an employee who cannot return to the US could potentially face unpaid leave or employment consequences depending on the employer's policies and their circumstances. And yes, there is another complication here. In the past, some applicants facing backlogs explored third country processing in places such as Canada, Mexico, or the UAE. But according to resources, increased restriction around routine third country visa processing, directing many applicants towards their home country or country of permanent legal residence. At the very same time, interview waiver eligibility has also been narrowed, pushing more applicants into in-person interview. So that means more people competing for already limited appointments capacity here. And yes, then there is the question that everybody asks: can I just request an emergency appointment? Now here, according to resources, expedited appointments are being tightly restricted and generally reserved for genuine urgent circumstances. A work deadline or an inconvenient travel schedule, it may not be enough for that. So, the question is, what should H-1B and H-4 workers take away from this? First, don't treat international travel as a routine if your visa situation is uncertain. Second, check your visa stamp before leaving the US. And third, understand your employer's policy on working from abroad. And fourth, if your case has complications, speak with a qualified immigration counsel before traveling. Because sometimes the biggest immigration mistake, it isn't applying for a wrong visa. It is leaving the country without understanding what you need to come back home.